Unlike his predecessor, Mr. Trump does not allow his staff photographer to capture photographs of life and work inside the White House.
If you just stacked up the images of the Obama presidency and the Trump presidency, you would see the two stories of America in the starkest possible contrast.
The last thing before we go tonight, pictures worth a lot of money. That clip from the Pete Souza documentary about his life as chief White House photographer pretty much sums up our next story. Souza's photos became a New York Times best-selling book. So not surprisingly, the chief photographer for the president who followed was hoping to do the same. After all, it's practically a tradition for the former White House photographers to publish their work. Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama even wrote the forewords for Eric Draper and Pete Souza's books. And the Trump White House photographer, Sheila Craighead, apparently had a sweet six-figure publishing deal all lined up. But according to the New York Times, that's when the former guy stepped in and in a completely on-brand move, found a way to cash in all for himself. According to the Times, Trump aides first asked Craighead for a cut of her book advance payment in exchange for him writing the foreword. But then the team reportedly asked that she hold off on her book project altogether so the former president could publish a photo book on his own. And he did. And as the Times points out, his book was going for as much as $230 a copy before selling out. And most of the photos in it were hers. Oh, and because those White House photos are considered in the public domain, none of the profits have to go to the photographers. But Sheila did get a brief shout out along with other White House photographers on the last page of the book.